Hi, Dr. Tamara Harville here to help you understand vocabulary. When you read, you're going to come across a word that you've never heard before, which is not unusual for all of us. There are three techniques that you can use, and I'm going to discuss these thoroughly. They're context clues, word structure clues, and dictionary usage. Context clues are using either the sentence, something within the sentence, or other sentences around it to try to figure out what that word means. A definition clue is where the definition is just right there in the sentence or surrounding sentences. For example, blue whales may be gigantic in size, but they eat a steady diet of trillions of krill, tiny shrimp-like animals. So if you didn't know what krill was, they're defining it for you right there. Next is the synonym clue. Synonym means the same. So the example, meteorites or shooting stars are usually quite harmless to our planet, even though they seem to be a rocketing fireball. So this actually does a double. It tells us what the synonym is, but it also then defines it as well. Contrast clues or antonyms are the opposites. For example, unlike the sweet, yummy taste of maple syrup, her cough syrup was repugnant. So if you've never heard the word repugnant, you know it's not sweet and yummy, right? And then you have your example clue. The deli offered several condiments for our sandwich, such as mustard, mayonnaise, pepper, salt, pickles, and peppers. So if you didn't know what a condiment was, there's a list of them right there. Now you know what it is. Next is word parts. Word parts are taking pieces of the word, the main part, that root word, prefix, the part that comes before it, and suffix, the part after, to change the word, how it's used in a sentence, or what it means. For the root word, everything with that root word is going to have something to do with it. For example, odd, A-U-D, means to hear. Anything having to do with that word odd has something to do with hearing. An audience, people who hear the speaker. An auditorium is where you go to hear something, concert or play or people. Auditory is having to do with the ears. An audiologist is a doctor or person who evaluates your hearing. And to audit a class is to actually attend and listen to what's going on, but you're not actually earning credit. Etymology is how you take the words apart to have different pieces of word. It's taking a part of a word and changing it up. Etymology, for example, of the word ego in Latin means self. We do take a lot of our words from different languages. So anything that has the root ego in it has to do with self. The examples are egotist, egotism, egocentric, egocentrism, egomania, etc. They all have to do with the self. Prefix, pre comes before, like if you think of pre-game, comes before. So a prefix comes before the normal word to change it. For example, the word mal or the prefix mal means abnormal. So any word that starts with mal usually means it's not the norm. Malformation means the form or the formation of it is not normal. Malnourished means that it's not the normal nourishment. Maladjusted means it's not adjusted correctly. But just because it has the letters MAL does not mean it means abnormal, such as male, malt, mal, malice. Those are their own words. They're not using that as a prefix. Suffix at the end of a word tells us how that word or what that word is doing. For example, ology means the study of something. Biology, bio is life, so biology is the study of life. Anthropology, anthrop or anthropos means man, so anthropology is the study of man. Chronos or chron is this root word for time, so chronology is the study of time. And then you can put some of these together to just make a whole different noun. For example, retrospect means reviewing the past or considering past events. Spect is Latin for look, like a spectator inspecting something. And then retro is Latin for past. So you put the two together to say you're looking in the past. Isn't word making fun? Here are some examples with adjectives. Ambi, like ambiguous, meaning both. Ambiguous means it is something that's vague and unclear because it can be two different things, right? Dexterous means using skills with the hands. So if you put the two together, ambi and dexterous, you now have the word ambidextrous, which means that you are equally, or you can use both hands equally. And then ous is a suffix to make it an adjective. If you change the suffix, you can make it change the type of speech. So, for example, the ous is an adjective ending, like ambidextrous, right? But if you made it ity on the ending, now it's a noun. Ambiguity, ambidexterity. So changing the suffix can change how it's used in a sentence, whether it's a subject or noun, or a verb or an adjective. Prefixes can also change the word completely. A common example of this would be like the word spell. If you put miss in front, now it's the opposite. Or to do something and then redo it means you're having to do it again. Tying and untying. Fallible, making a mistake, or capable of making mistakes, which we all are very fallible, to infallible, something that cannot make a mistake. So while suffixes change the part of speech, the prefix can completely change the meaning. The dictionary. You can Google the word. Easiest thing in the world, right? Sometimes, though, the definition is just as difficult as the word. But if you're looking up a dictionary, as you can see, you've got the word and then you've got this part here, or it could be bolded, and then that's where the inflection comes in. And I'll explain what that means. So dictionary words tell you how to pronounce it. For example, this word, is it macabre, macabra, macabre? Yeah, it could be pronounced various ways. This tells you how. Macabre, macabre, macabre are the three ways that it can be pronounced. Macabre is probably the most common one. And then the type of speech. The same word can be used for different things. So in the dictionary, you'll see like an N or a V or an ADJ to tell you how it's being used and what it means. If it has an N, a compact, for example, is a compact as in makeup, a little compact, right? Oops. Or if it's an adjective, now it is a compact thing, like a phone or a car. Or a compact to be a verb means you're compacting something to make it smaller, like a trash compactor, compact. So the type of speech means how it's used, whether it's a noun, adjective, adverb, verb, things like that. Well, I hope this information was very helpful. Thank you.